Do you have an idea, or do you have a lot of ideas, or do you just feel like you're supposed to be doing something and you just feel like you have not fulfilled your purpose? Well, welcome to the real world because most people feel that way. I'm Landria Anka, the founder of digitalexplorers.net. I felt that way. I felt like I had so much more to give and it was not being used in a way that felt purposeful to me. I was an investment banker for 20 years and I realized that that was not where I should be. That was not the best use of my skills and talents. But I didn't know where to go. And I realized most people don't. They know that they have passions for certain things, but how do you put that together to create an actual lifestyle? I went to work and I decided one of the most important things that all of us have to do is have that purpose in our life where we know, wow, this is why I'm here. And then when you go through tough times, you realize, wow, this is how I'm going to get through these tough times because I have something bigger and greater that I need to fulfill. And it starts with you because when you do that, when you are in that position to make an impact on other people's lives and the planet, it feels good right here. And you know, that's where you're supposed to be. And if you're not in that space, you get what I often hear from my students and other companies is imposter syndrome. My first question is, well, an imposter is faking something that they know isn't real. They don't feel good about what they're saying, or they're not saying things that are so truthful, so they feel like they're an imposter. You must be saying something. So we go through everything they're doing in their businesses, everything that they're creating with promotions and advertising. And sure enough, there it is. There's always a statement about a promise, a false promise. And everything they're doing seems to be focused on what they can get. And I'm not saying everybody's like that. A lot of people, they believe in the programs they're promoting. I know I did when I was promoting a business program. I saw what it did for me. I saw what it was doing for other people. And as soon as I felt that wasn't happening, I didn't promote it anymore. I realized I had to create my own. Do you feel that way? So, do you go through life feeling like you're just different? You don't really want to talk about it. There aren't too many friends that you have that you can have those talks, right? The ones where there's no judgment and you could say absolutely anything. They go, wow, that's interesting. Well, that group of people, that's at Digital Explorers. There's no subject that is off the table. I wanted to create that environment for people like you. People that want to create something, but they don't have the direction or the instructions, the guidance, or the business strategies in place to make it happen. And one of the first things we do is we go into the creation station. I see so many people focused on finding something to sell or promote and then creating it, building it out. But they're not spending a lot of time on what is that? Well, what do you want? What's my niche? I'm a coach or I love health and wellness, but no, let's dig way deeper than that. And that's what we do. In fact, we spend way more time in that stage than building out the business because the business strategies, as important as they are, that's not going to work for you if you don't have the creation of what it is you're going to sell or promote in check. In other words, it better be so amazing for you. And it could be anything. If you're thinking, I want to be that voice on YouTube, that's a creator. I'm teaching my students how to do that. But what's that voice? What's that message? And how are you going to get people to listen to you? What are the rules and regs? It's not that difficult, but you have to know them. Do you want to be a coach? Do you want to do something interesting? You want to heal people or delve into areas of science or mysticism or creativity? We have artists doing super cool things that were so lost in the beginning because they didn't know what they were supposed to do because they were always programmed to do something traditional. I'll just paint these and I'll take them to shows. And I said, no, no, no. What is it you're painting? And who are you painting for? And what's the meaning behind this? And you don't always have to go to a show. Is that really what you want to do? No, no, I really don't. I said, well, let's collaborate with spas and events and other things where you don't have to be on the road all the time. And so all of this starts to come together because we're starting to think differently, because we're not programmed to just go make money. What we're doing has meaning. So if you're feeling like you're lost and you're focused, like, but I have to make money, that's okay. One of the things I encourage you to do, which all entrepreneurs have done, we all have other incomes. There is no entrepreneur on the face of the planet that doesn't have other incomes, right? Most of them have coaching gigs, consulting gigs, all of them. Every entrepreneur you're working with on a high level has something else going, and they're earning money doing it. They're not just one-trick ponies, right? And neither will you. That's how we relieve the stress of paying our bills. You may have heard the story where my ex-college roommate was dating a guy who owned a company. And one day I went to a restaurant and he parked my car. I said, Bob, what are you doing? I thought you owned a company. He says, yeah, how do you think I pay for those trucks and those employees? I went, wow, that's how it works. And he's a millionaire. And he was a millionaire then, but he still had to pay bills. So let's get this fantasy out of your head that you're just, I'll go make the money and then I'll do something that's important for the world. You can have both because the work is the same. Either work on that and you don't love what you're doing and maybe you throw away some money because you end up quitting, or you do something that really suits what you've been looking for your whole life, even if you don't know what it is. So I wanted to have this discussion with you because this is so important in our world today. If we are not going after the things that have true meaning that we know are going to make a difference on this planet, then you're just in survival mode. And that never feels good. And the older you get, believe me, the older I get, the more I realize how many choices I made that were so right and that I don't regret them. Even if they didn't turn out so great financially, I knew that I was always learning, improving, growing, and going into spaces that were amazing because I always chose the things that I was passionate about after I got out of investment banking. And there's no experience that is wrong. Everything you've done has great meaning. In fact, you can use those experiences to teach others how you made the change and how they can too. You hold great value. You do. Every person is a piece of that puzzle, and there's no whole picture without your unique little piece. So if you're interested, I have two programs. One's the full-blown unlimited for lifetime with coaching for a year, twice a week. And I have one that's called Fast Track. It's for people who have smaller budgets and they want to get up and running quicker. It still includes some coaching, and you have 2 years unlimited access to it. I take you in the same creative space where you have to really think hard about what it is you're going to create. If you've got some great ideas, come on, we welcome them because entrepreneurs, we're dreamers. And that's what makes us so successful and also maybe not so acceptable out there. I don't want you to quit dreaming. I hope you enjoyed today's talk and I hope I inspired you, whether you join my program or someplace else out there. It's time for us to make a difference. I'll see you in the next video.